Narcotics are substances or drugs that can be natural, synthetic, or semi-synthetic, causing effects such as reduced consciousness, hallucination, and stimulation. Narcotics are divided into three categories: groups 1, 2, and 3, based on the risk of addiction, which results in various dangers and negative impacts on life and health. Today, Clarissa
And Shara,
candidate number 2 from the country of Eldoria will discuss issues related to narcotics.
some countries are known as the world's main producer of narcotics. Afghanistan is the largest opium producer, while Colombia, Peru, and Bolivia dominate cocaine production. Mexico and Myanmar produce a lot of methamphetamine and heroin, whereas the Netherlands is famous for synthetic drugs like ecstasy. For cannabis, Canada, the United States, and Morocco are the main producers both legally and illegally.
Eldoria faces quite a serious narcotics problem, with millions of users. As an archipelagic country strategically located on international trade routes, Eldoria is often used as a transit or destination point for narcotics trafficking, especially methamphetamine, cannabis, and ecstasy. However, Eldoria's biggest challenge are the high number of users and gaps in border surveillance, as well as corruption practice that weaken law enforcement. Although rehabilitation centers are available, narcotics users are more often imprisoned than rehabilitated.
Meanwhile, South Korea enforces a zero-tolerance policy on drugs. The penalties are very strict. Even Koreans can be punished for drugs use abroad in countries where it is legalized. The abuse rate is relatively low compared to many other Asian countries. But in the last decade, there has been an increase, especially among youth and celebrities. The most common drugs are methamphetamine, cannabis, and prescription drug abuse such as Provel. South Korean social culture holds an even harsher stigma, especially for public figures. An artist caught in a drug case usually loses their career immediately. Law enforcement in South Korea is disciplined with strict customs and police controls as well as active international cooperation. The country's main focus in prevention with stern punishments, although rehabilitation clinics remain available for addicts mandated by the court.
In Eldoria itself, there are many drug-related issues that need to be discussed for the long-term safety of its citizens.
The National Narcotics Agency revealed 11 narcotics criminal cases from June to July 2022, with around 3,000 kilograms of narcotics as evidence. The agency also uncovered 2 drugs trafficking cases involving 4 law enforcement officers. Deputy for Eradication at the National Narcotics Agency, Inspector General Kennedy, stated that the seized narcotics include 119 kilograms of methamphetamine and 181 kilograms of cannabis from 22 suspects.
The disturbing part is that many officers still set a bad example by being involved in illegal activities. Some officers caught in narcotics case include Teddy Minahasa, a narcotics case involving trafficking 41,387 kilograms revealed by Bukit Tinggi police implicated Irjen Paul Teddy Minahasa.
Dodi Prawira Negara acted as a middleman in buying, selling, exchanging, or handling over more than 5 grams of Class 1 non-plant narcotics. And Sertu Yalpin Tarzun and Pratu Ria Hermawan caught carrying 75 kilograms of methamphetamine and 40,000 ecstasy pills.
Factors leading officers to narcotics case include: first is easy access to narcotics. and heavy workloads forcing police to use drugs to boost stamina instantly.
During Sakiono's presidency, amnesty was granted to several prisoners, including narcotics users, the elderly, and people with disabilities. However, major drug dealers or traffickers were generally excluded from amnesty.
In our term, we will strengthen law enforcement by ensuring that the police, military, National Narcotics Agency, and other legal institutions are not involved or compromised in drug trafficking. If caught, their punishment must be harsher than ordinary citizens.
Therefore, a vision and a mission are needed to help citizens with narcotics eradication progress.
Vision: to realize a society free from all forms of drug abuse, alcohol, gaming addiction, and excessive consumerist lifestyle by building a healthy, resilient, and characterful young generation. A generation not only able to reject the negative influences of globalization, but also capable of creatively, productively, and beneficially developing its potential for the nation.
And a mission is conduct cognitive behavior therapy or CBT at least once a year in every region. Strengthen the characters, morals, and spirituality of the youth through seminars. Conduct early prevention and routine detection. Strengthen digital narcotics surveillance. Optimize cross-agency cooperation or National Narcotics Agency, police, military, customs, prosecutors in combating drug syndicates. Work program for the next 100 days. If we are elected president and vice president in the next 100 days, we will
enforce strict and measured law enforcement by conducting large-scale raids at narcotics hotspots such as ports, airports, and cross-border land roads, using digital technology like AI, logistic tracking to break the distribution chain. Create new job opportunities in areas prone to narcotic smuggling to prevent people from being tempted to become couriers.
As presidential candidates, we will regularly conduct strict inspection at narcotics hotspots such as ports, airports, and cross-border land routes to cut off the distribution chain.
So, that's all the campaign from us. Don't forget to vote number 2
because number 2 is always in your heart.
Bye!